Arnett's finances. Well, his brokerage accounts only show transactions from family trusts, and his one bank account has the deposits from his named lieutenant's salary and nothing else. If he had contact with it, only show transactions.
Okay, so our property here that we are currently showcasing is on Knoll Boulevard in Aliquippa. As with many of the properties in this particular region, you're dealing with a full renovation on the property. This is a great family home. It has an awesome yard. It comes with a free boat. You can't argue with a free boat. The trailer looks great. I'm a boater. The trailer is worth $1,000 alone. The boat, assuming she floats, probably another $1,000. So the RPR on the property shows a value in the neighborhood. Yellow is what this property is sold for in actual dollars over the last several years, obviously in less than great shape. $75,000 would be its rough number. The neighborhood is twice that. The neighborhood is $150,000. So we're parlaying this into a $100,000 finished value on the home. So if we look at our flip calculator, okay, everyone, I'm assuming Zoom is recording even though we're not quite on YouTube yet. Hi, this is Steve, your multifamily specialist here, 570-798-7051. We are here to look at the property on Knoll Street in aliquippa. Let me do a quick reload on this. And we will look at the RPR report for the property. Okay, yellow is this house. It's always been hovering around that $75,000 number. And you'll see why in a few minutes. It does not match anything near the twice that is covered in the zip code and the county averages. Obviously, Pennsylvania averages are absurdly higher. That's not relevant here. The zip code of 150 is a good number to go with for this property. We've decided to call this property worth $100,000 to shade down and make sure we're being completely safe and honest for your purposes. Here's what we look at the house. It's actually a nice framed house. It's not large. It's 1,400 square feet roughly. Comes with a free boat. The boat and trailer are yours. The trailer itself is worth $1,000. Galvanized trailer, no problem at all. The boat, clean it up, assuming it floats, another $1,000. Obviously, those don't count in our equation, but they're nice to know. You've got a great yard. You've got a huge yard. You've got a nice neighborhood. The neighbors must love this beautiful, luxurious home. You will notice that you probably need something like a, overhang or an awning and a little bit of a porch out here. Not code required, but might as well. You got to replace that thing anyway. Big yard. You don't have a lot of windows in this house, so your window replacement bill will be lower. I'd probably add a couple windows in here, just for the fun of it. Really nicely manicured lawn on this side. I'm not quite sure how that occurred. There's your beautiful front porch. What I've done in the past is I've scabbed siding from in here to fix the siding out there. That way you don't have to worry about replacing siding. Nice, easily made to be open plan design inside, but in this neighborhood, I don't think I'd bother. I think I would just finish it out as it is. It's a simple house. Keep it simple. Go in, do some heavy cosmetics, replace your systems, make a nice home out of it, and there you go. Obviously, you've got plenty of opportunity for expansion in this home. Someone's already started stripping it down. You're definitely, and it needs everything, but look at these hardwood floors. That's a fantastic flooring surface to start from. And if it's hardwood in this room, it's hardwood throughout the rest of the house, let's face it. Not sure, but that could be copper. You might be able to scrap out some good volume of copper. Rooms look pretty good size overall. There's a bit of clean out to do. There is no doubt. I have this built into the clean out budget as part of the exterior budget, because obviously you've got some landscaping and cleaning to do there. So that is the workload on the home. What that workload on the home means is we have roughly 1,400 square feet at $7 a square foot, $9,800. Your windows, there's 20 of them. It's actually not, but I'm putting extras on there. 4,400. In my world, my windows are 200. So I'll just leave it at that. If you need a new roof, there it is. Kitchen, it's probably a little high. In my world, kitchens are 3,000. Full bath of 2,500. I can do them for 1,500. All depends where you're at. Appliances, we'll leave that alone. That's kind of a split between the stainless and white color, so that should be fine. Porches and docks, I'm giving you $1,600. I don't think you're going to need it, but it's there. HVAC, I've got you at $2,000. That's brand new electric system or forced hot air. You could pull off either one for that price. All new plumbing, all new electrical, some holding costs that are, you shouldn't need more than 3 months on this. So your 34,000 repairs, 1,050 in holding costs. If you're planning on selling it for 100, you're gonna quick sale it for 90. That means you don't want to spend at 70% more than $63,000 on this property. Bought, fixed, everything. Your rehab is 34. Your holding cost is 1,000. 2,500 to purchase it. That's your closing cost, title, transfer taxes, whatever miscellaneous minor items to purchase it. On the way out, you've actually got a little bit less of that because you're not paying a title fee. I'm throwing in a realtor fee here to be safe. Who knows? You might not need a realtor to sell it. You might decide to rent the property. Rental is always a great option. Here's a lender fee. If you've got to borrow the money, we already got that built into your math for you. There is no wholesale fee. We are selling the contract. Our price is built into the $8,000 we're offering the property for. And using my numbers, it's worth $11,000. You could pay it us 11 and still be in good shape, meaning you instantly have a $3,000 equity position on the property the day you buy it. Now, we'll go back a little bit. And if we go high, okay, everyone. So we have property on Knoll Street, Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. This is a beautiful single-family home, or someday it will be a beautiful single-family home again. It's got a great yard, plenty of room for expansion. You could do a lot with this if the house wasn't on the property. So there's no fear of having to replace this home, because if you did, there's plenty of room to rebuild. You'll see this house is hovered around the $75,000 price line. You see everything else in its neighborhood and its zip code is twice that. So we've shaved the difference and called it $100,000 finished value. Now, when you look at the numbers, here's how that breaks down in terms of flip. 100,000, I always pad that and say I want to sell it cheap. I'm going to sell it 10% under the ARV. So I'm going to sell it for 90. And keep in mind, you're selling a house with a new heating system, new windows, new floors, new windows, new plumbing, new electrical, new everything. There'll be nothing left on this house that needs to be replaced. It'll all be done by the person who flips the property. You have 70% maximum spend. That's $63,000. That's 70% of the 90, of course. Rehab of 36, holding cost of 21. I believe you'll be more like 34 and 1,000. But we left it high. Purchase cost of 2,500. That's your cost, title, transfer, etc. on buying the home. 2,500. 1,800 when you sell it. It's less because you don't have to pay title. Basically same number. If you use a realtor, that's what you're paying the realtor. That's what you're paying your guy for lending you the $63,000 that you have to borrow. I can get this done for about half that in lending cost and about two-thirds of that in realtor cost. All in, you're spending $41,000 on the property plus $13,000 in selling costs. That means you have make a max offer to us of $8,430. Good news for you. We're only asking $8,000. So there's instant equity right there. Now let's take a look at what the rehab work actually is on this property. We're doing cosmetics throughout the entire home. Paint and flooring, some drywall, stuff like that. You get $10,000 to do that. If you can't get this house done in $10,000, please call me. I'll be happy to show you how to do it. Windows. I can do windows for 200. I got 220 in there. There's only about 15 windows on the house. I counted for 20. Again, we're trying to make this pessimistic for you so that you don't have to be pessimistic for yourself. Roof. Don't know it needs a roof. Seems dry in there. Bones of the house are good. Everything we know about the house says it's ready to be rehabbed. But I got $6,000 in roofing in there for you, just in case. Kitchen, $4,000. For cabinets and countertops, you're not going to spend $4,000 on this kitchen. Bathroom, $2,500. Whether you do a full and a half or whatever, we got $2,500 there. Appliances, $1,500. Oh yeah, you can do that all day long. You can appliance this house for $1,500 all day long. Porches and so forth. I got $1,600. When you see the pictures, you're not going to need it. You're going to have to put a porch on the back or a landing and something on the back. On the front, you should be fine. $2,000 for a heating system, $2,000 for plumbing, $3,000 for electric. Everything will be new when you give it to your buyer. $2,100 in holding costs. So again, that would put you at $8,400 is what you could afford to pay for the home. And here's what I would budget if I were doing the flip myself. Okay, I'm going to leave the $9,800 alone. I can get the windows done for $200, no problem at all. Can probably find somebody for $250 on the roof, but I'm going to leave the roofing alone because there may be more than we know. I'm not spending more than $3,000 on this kitchen. I'm not spending more than $1,500 on 2 bathrooms. Remember, your paint and flooring is built into this line. You don't need them for here. I'm doing luxury vinyl plank throughout the entire house. One flooring everywhere, except where the hardwood is worth it. Appliances, of $1,300, $1,500, whatever. Porches and so forth, I'm leaving it alone because we don't really know. HVAC, I'm leaving alone. Electrical, I'm leaving all these things alone, except I'm only doing 3 months of holding costs. That brings your thing down here to $33,000 and $1,000, which means you could pay us $12,000. Again, we only want $8,000, so it's $4,000 in instant equity. Whichever way you choose to look at it, the numbers work on this home. Now let's look at what the work actually is. Yes, it's got a creepy basement. Let's go to the top of the line. It is a luxury, beautiful home. It's not large. It's quite comfortable though. And this is actually a screened-in type porch, so it's could be additional living space if you wanted to. You get a free boat. The boat's worth $1,000, so is the trailer. You win both ways. The siding overall looks pretty good. There are some spaces here that need to be touched up. But as you'll see inside the screened-in porch, we have room. We have siding we can take down and repurpose it. We don't have to worry about having mismatched siding. Also, in the exterior budget, I have money to repaint the exterior. So once you get the siding physically there, you can throw a coat of vinyl paint over the whole thing. You've got a great yard. Look at how huge that yard is. It's really phenomenal, actually, for community lot, for city lot. And again, you know we're near 20 windows. Someone did a great job mowing this side of the house. I really wish they'd taken a trip over the other side. This is your screened-in porch. This is all that extra siding you don't need anywhere else. You can scab and put around the house to fill in the missing holes. Enter through here. You can do open plan on this property, no problem. I believe it's balloon frame. Have your engineer check it out, but you can do open plan, should be no problem. Whether in this neighborhood I'd bother or not, it is definitely a B, C neighborhood. But you kind of don't have a wall there, so you might as well open something up. Look at that hardwood floor. That's a phenomenal hardwood floor to start with. And if it's in that room, you know it's throughout the rest of the house. Rooms are good size. It's kind of a closet. Well, there you go. That is the house. This is the basement. There is plenty of clean out to do. But again, we have $5,000 in the exterior budget, which mostly boils down to cleaning the yard. So I don't think you're going to need $5,000 to mow a lawn. You got plenty of money left to do a rehab. So again, I could spend $12,000 if I live closer to this property and still make my numbers on flipping it. We're selling it to you for $8,000, which is a great price after you've taken into account. We've taken everything into account for you. We've taken into account purchase cost, selling cost, realtor cost, lender cost. Everything is included in this deal. Our wholesale cost is built into this bottom line. And once again, neighboring houses are selling around 150. This house we're planning on selling for about 100. So we're already hedging our bets. Remember, we've hedged it for you here from 150 to 100. We've then hedged it further by taking that to 90 and then taking 70%. Many wholesalers are going to show you something that looks like this and tell you that you owe them 17 for it. We just want 8. This property has some back taxes. They are covered by the $8,000. We are happy to sell the contract for that period. Please give us a call, 570-798-7051. Reference Knoll St, Aliquippa, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much.